Hi, Saeid, Daphne here. How are you? You're working really, really hard. I'm so impressed by your work rate. It's absolutely fantastic. I hope you feel that you're getting more confident, which is obviously what we want to do. I think your exam is quite soon. Can you remind me when your exam is? I feel it might be this weekend. Maybe just drop me a note and just let me know, and I will just be thinking of you. So here we go. Rainfall. Now, Saeed, big problem here. Watch out. 307 words. Crazy. Okay. The guideline says at least 150. So you must stop at 170. So, or 180. This is 20 minutes for this task. 20 minutes only. I would always start with task two. Give yourself 40 minutes for task two. Write this first because this has twice as many marks as task one. This is the most important thing. So the marks of this, twice as many marks for this as for this. Okay, so the idea is that this is pretty quick and that most of your effort is into the task two. Okay, you will not get any extra points for writing a lot here. It's really, I would really be careful there. And have you timed yourself? Can you do both these questions in 1 hour? Quite important near the exam to start thinking about timing issues. Okay, so the line graph compares the amount of rainfall in milliliters, not millimeters. Okay, no, I think it's in milliliters actually. Yeah, ml. So meters is milliliters is liquid. Milli, careful. In 3 countries in 2018. Overall, it's clear that none of these countries were without rain in any months in that year. Excellent, nice start. Uh, While rainfall in England had the least fluctuation, the other two countries witnessed more oscillation than England. Good word. In 2018. Oscillation is a fantastic word, or variation. You could also put both in just to show that you're super confident. In January, rainfall stood at about 120 in Scotland, where it was 10 less than England. Very nice. Wales, you need to put this in commas because you're doing this like a relative clause, which is great, but to make it work, it needs the commas. Wales, with just below 50 of rain, you can hear in my voice, yeah? Wales, with just below 50, had the least amount of rain. Normally we don't start with while. Normally while is a connecting word. While, so I would take out the full stop and carry on, continue here. This figure plunged to its minimum amount. I wouldn't say minimum, I'd say lowest, literally lowest amount in that year. To approximately 20 in Scotland. It escalated slightly in both England to approximately in February. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. It makes it a long sentence. Okay, so let's put the while in here. So move that up into here, connect those two, and then start this one off and this figure plunged. Don't worry, what you've done is fine. I mean, it's very good. It's better than fine. Just normally we don't start a sentence with while. It connects two sentences. In contrast to England and Wales, where rainfall dipped slightly in the next month, it soared to its max amount in the whole year in Scotland at nearly 140. However, this amount dropped significantly to less than a third at nearly 40 in April. While Wales witnessed the least amount of rain for the whole year in April at nearly 20, it was 6 times more rainy in Scotland, in England. So you don't need that. Yeah, you are doing a great job here. You've absolutely understood to connect the data, which you're doing amazingly well. But you don't need to give me exactly the numbers. So for me, it flows better. 6 times more rainy in England. Fine, great. I don't need the exact numbers because I can check them on there if I want to. After some variation in June, this amount. Now, this amount, what amount? Just rainfall increased. Yeah, rainfall increased. In all 3 countries, with July being the rainiest in Wales at about 130, followed by England with, less than Wales. While rain decreased in all 3 countries in the following month, Wales witnessed a substantial decline for 3 months, stabilizing, or stabilizes, okay, yeah, below 50. Keep going again. Meanwhile is also a connecting word, so connect it. Meanwhile, after a period of instability, Scotland hit a peak for the second time in October at almost 130. And then I would put this into a new paragraph. Yeah, in the last month of that year, in contrast to Wales, where rainfall went down, these figures swelled. Yay, wow. This is a fantastic task, so you've done so well. Okay, here's your homework. Cut it down for me. You work out what to take out, okay? You've given me a lot of detail. My tip to you would be basically you don't need to give me month by month. You've done it very beautifully month by month, but you won't have time to do that. Give me the highlights. Yeah, give me the most important bits. So maybe just practice cutting it down. You give me the most important bits, okay? But great work. Really, really nice English. Yeah, okay. These days, people spend a lot of money on tickets to go to sporting and cultural events. Do you think this is a positive or negative development? And then here, is it positive in your opinion? What extent do you support it? So these three questions are all basically saying the same thing. The most important thing is this: spend a lot of money. Yeah, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Basically, they're saying. So here we go. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether paying large amounts of money for watching sport or artistic occasions is a positive improvement or not. Good, that's fine. Large amounts of money. Good, you have paraphrased the question. What you could do, I'm just thinking, is you've paraphrased, which is you've done exactly what you have to do. You could be a bit more free. Give a bit more, be a bit more flexible in it, maybe. So experts throughout both the developing and developed world. You don't need all this all the time. It's a lot of words. If you're in a hurry, experts all over the world. You can cut it down if you are in a hurry. Have debated whether you could put here literally something like the trend towards investing large amounts of money for watching sport is a positive improvement or not. So the trend towards investment in, or just investment in, and then that really shows a little bit more skill in really changing the question around. So investment in watching sport. So when you're aiming for kind of band 7, you need to show a little bit more freedom in the language. Just go for it. Yeah, you don't literally have to use their same ideas. You can just make it a bit more your idea. I personally believe this is a promising development. Good. A developing development. So promising. I've used trend there. You could have a promising. Uh, fashion, or this is there's a promising. We have instead development. Let's just do this just so we can find out if there's any more words. So here on my computer here. Okay, advancements, improvement. Yeah, or change you could have. Yeah, improvement or oh, you've got improvement. Change. Yeah. This essay will discuss both sides using examples. Yep, good. Okay, nice. On one hand, some people claim that spending money on these events is just squandering. So who would say that? Financial experts, maybe, or financial advisors. So some people is fine, nothing wrong with that. But if you want to get a really good mark, tell me who would say that. Spending money on these events. So you need the these, not those, because it's these ones right here next to us. Is just squandering. No, you don't have squandering of it. It's just squandering. And because that's such a good word, give me another one as well. Squandering or wasting. Squandering or extravagant. Okay, a really nice adjective, which means the same thing. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, almost all these events, either cultural or sport, yeah, sooner or later will be available on you. May, so you need a verb in here, because we don't know that for sure. May sooner or later be available on YouTube. I think you need a capital spelling, but it doesn't really matter. For free. Secondly, this money could be better used. Watch out here. We really need these modal verbs. Do you remember the ones I like? May, might, could. They are so important. Use them. Be used better and for more useful purposes. For example, recent research revealed that students after graduation would be able to pay back will be able to pay back their student loans in 3 years instead of 5 if they save the money spent on going to stadiums or theatres. Wow, that's a fantastic example. But the students maybe might like to go to music festivals. So let's put all these in. So stadiums, music festivals or theatres. Wow, it must not be forgotten that buying tickets is not the only expense involved in attending. An expense is involved in something in attending these events. Is eventually, comma. Watch out on commas. I need to breathe. Most of the time, singular. It leads to spending money on after the main event on drink and sometimes street drugs. Okay, be careful. You don't know that for a fact. So you said most of the time. I would say occasionally or sometimes. This might lead. Be very careful. This is academic hedging. You cannot prove this statement, so you need to step away. And the way we step away on the course, you're just about to come to a module on this near the end. Sometimes, might, all these verbs and these little time expressions are really, really important. And sometimes street drugs, therefore, it's conclusively clear that it does not, that's very it, that this new trend does not always have, or may not always have a positive development, may not always have a positive result. Because you've explained the development and now you're talking about the result. Okay, the result is that this happens. Good paragraph, really nicely done, well done. On the other hand, although there might be a case for saving money rather than spending or wasting it, okay, we use the word wasting. You don't need to say what's called wasting, or wasting it, sorry. You want that, obviously. The significant spiritual impact of nurturing leisure activities such as sport or cultural festivals. On both for, rather than on, I would go for here, preposition. Prepositions are so hard in English. Cannot be overstated. Good. This is largely due to the undeniable fact that people need money to enjoy their lives wisely, and it cannot be considered wasteful. Now you've had wasting already as frivolous. I'll give you a great word. Frivolous is spending money on something you might not need, but why not? Hey, okay. Frivolous if people spend it on healthy, exciting. So rather than we've had to spend a lot, watch out on repetition of vocab here. People invest it on exhilarating, tranquilizing. Tranquilizing is like put me to sleep, so maybe not tranquilizing. Healthy, exciting, exhilarating, and relaxing events. Amazing adjectives. Yes, yes, yes. To enrich their souls with happiness, hope, not. Oh, yay! What a lot of fantastic vocab here. Love it. For instance, an extensive study by Heath Institute showed that life expectancy is on average 5 years less and depression 3 times more among individuals who do not spend a minimum of 3 hours a week. Whoa, this is a super long. I'm trying to get to here before I can breathe. No commas, no nothing in here. You need to break this up a bit. You see my problem again. Okay, you need to unravel this. And for me, this is way too long. Okay, lovely idea, but clean up that example. It's too complicated. Thus, it's possible to say beyond doubt that attending sports or cultural events are, yeah, and you've had this above here. That was your conclusion to the last bit. Positive development. So this is too similar to this. Okay, be careful here. Don't repeat yourself. When you repeat the same words, you don't get marks. So say it in a different way. Yeah, that's really, really important. You just try and tidy up that example. And the example can be shorter, yeah? The example is not your main point. This is your main point above it. This is just to support your main point. Better to develop this and then have a shorter example. In conclusion, from the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that although there are merits in not wasting money, participating in different refreshing events has many advantages. Yeah, It's predicted that by increasing the number of such activities, the attending fees may, yes, that would be good, I wish they would, decrease, and affordability, let's get it into a noun, affordability enhanced. So enhance is another word for improve. So I've just cleaned up that sentence a little bit, just rather than more words here. Okay, well done, Saeed. I am so happy with how you're writing. You are doing really, really well. But watch out here, 450 words. This is max, max, max. Okay, the danger. I think maybe I said this before. If it's too long, the examiner won't mark it, and then you lose marks. Okay, be really careful. Try next time and do your tasks in an hour and see where that gets you. And just write me a little note here. 40 minutes. Just write where you get to in 40 minutes, including planning. Because I think you could be super amazing at typing and thinking, but you don't want to get stuck. Okay. But really, really good work. Well done.